T minus 3, 2, 1, ignition.
What you know about this life? Yeah. Just relax, baby, get high. Yeah, you're on your way to the best night ever. No top on it, no top. Out with the stars.
What a best night ever league. It's T-Bay coming at you with the big Week 16 recap. And everyone kept making fun of my body, even though I'm very body positive. I decided I'd get a shirt to wear for these recaps, and that is Justin Herbert jersey. That's right, my boy. Future, soon to be, he's going to be an MVP soon. So I'm going to represent him. He's off the trade market. You guys can stop sending me trades every day. It just, what can I get? What do you need for Herbert? What can I give you for Herbert? Too bad. You guys are sending shit, and he's mine forever now. So that's that, and that is no more to say about it. But I'm just going to get right into the Week 16 recap. Sleeper's not showing me the totals for each week. So I'm going to do a rough guesstimate on what they probably might have been, but there's no way to go back and just see what Week 16 was. So I'm going to start off with mine and Nick Finley's matchup. For me, there was Kyler. He got 19.9. Herbert almost got 18. James Robinson tore his Achilles and got a whopping 1 to finish off. Just put the bow on top of what a fantastic season he had. Harris with 13.5. Keenan with 5.5. Kirk with 8, Goddard with 4, Zeke with 16, and it was a pretty... and then the top scorer was Miami's defense for my team, so pretty lackluster week, but I'm kind of hoping I lose so I don't get the first pick because Connor has it, but I'm not throwing, I'm starting lineups, so I am a good guy. Even though I'm trying to lose to Finley, I still cannot. His team was terrible, and he got 20 from Rodgers, 2.7 from Heineke in that terrible blowout. I don't know if anyone watched it, but it was bad. CEH almost got 10. Gordon with a whopping half point. Ty Lockett with 4.5. Devontae Smith had 16.5. Not bad. We had Mega Chubb, fully chubbed, getting almost 29 points. But Baker just would not stop fucking it up for him, so he should have had like 3 touchdowns too. But 19 from Philly's defense, so a pretty good, not really great week from Finn, and I think I was up like 5 points at the end of it. So going into this week, it looks like I'm probably still gonna fucking beat him. That sucks, but yeah. So we're going to go over to the next matchup, Week 16. Here we go. We're going to go to Michael and Bobby's. Yeah, they're Week 16. Where is it? It's fucking crazy. All right, here it is, Week 16. All right, so for Michael's team, his team did pretty good. I think he ended up, 30, 40, I think he had about 120 on the week. He had Russell get him 16.5, Tom Brady with 15.5, Jeff Wilson did solid for the backup, 20 from Montgomery, 40 from T. Higgins. Somehow the Chiefs, they managed to score all these points without ever giving the ball to Tyreek. He had 2 catches for 19 yards. Zach Ertz had 13 targets, but only had 9.5 points for 54 yards off of those targets. 8 catches from the targets. 3 points from Russell Gage, and 11 from the Chiefs defense. So even though there's really nothing at stake at this game, I'm still impressed because their teams are kind of... So, Bobby's team did better. Let's start off with Dak with 33.5, Josh Allen with 34. So his quarterbacks play good and he does good. That's how it works for Bobby's team. Same with my team, but Foreman with 7.7, Jacobs with 13, 18 from Diggs, DJ Moore sucks ass. Well, he doesn't suck. They're playing 2 different quarterbacks, which is impressively stupid. I cannot believe the Panthers. I don't think anyone on their offense is ever going to be fantasy viable until CMC comes back. and he's the only person. But Kittle did absolutely nothing somehow against Tennessee after coming off insane games 2 weeks before. Marquise Brown can't do much with the backups thrown to him, so he didn't do much. Only 7 points from him, and then 16 from the Tampa Bay defense. So, yeah, it was a close matchup between these two. Not that anyone really cares, but neither of them. It's not like, oh shit, if Bobby was in the championship, he would have won. You know, it's looking like Cam is running away with it. So we're gonna go to that matchup next. Cam. 43 from Joe Burrow. Unbelievable. He's no Herbert, but man, he's good. Tua with 8. Madison backing up for Cook. He only got, only 14.5, which is decent for Madison when Cook's not playing. You almost expect 20 from him when Cook's out, but it didn't really matter because of what Joe Burrow and his other guys did. Cordero with only 7.8, Deontay Johnson with 11, Devontae had a huge game against Cleveland for 31.5. Mark Andrews also had a huge game against Cincinnati for 25.5. Kamara with a very disappointing game, only 7 points from him. And then that Cowboys defense, just insane. Got to be one of the best performances from a fantasy defense we've ever seen. 27 points from them, just unreal. 5 sacks. Forced fumble recovery, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, punt block. They got almost every stat category you get for defense. Just ridiculous. And on top of that, it's not like Cam had the best lineup he could have had. He still had fucking people on his bench that would have done better. Joe Mixon sitting on there with 28.5 on his bench, and Justin Jackson got fed by the fucking Chargers for 29 points. Just ridiculous. So that gave Cam, I think he was up 40 points at the end of this week. So it was looking like he was going to run away with it, and his team just caught fire when it mattered. It's unreal. Going to Connor's team, we got Josh Johnson getting 19.16 points. Not bad. Jalen Hurts, only 15.5 points against the Giants. You can't expect more. He didn't really do anything on the ground where he really excels, but still solid. Jonathan Taylor, this is a very disappointing game for him. 27 carries, 108 yards, no touchdowns. That's just rough for Connor. Even though the Colts still scored 22 points, so it's like they had chances, but he didn't make it happen. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Aaron Jones with 11.2, Debo with 25, and a solid game for Debo. Cooper Kupp with 19.3. Gronk really didn't do anything. It was another game where his players are on very high-scoring teams, but they just never got any of that action. Gronk had no touchdowns, only 23 yards. Ronald Jones, who I had on my team a couple weeks ago because I knew Leonard Fournette would get injured like he always does, but I dropped him a week early. Connor picked him up. He got him 15 points, so not bad, but not enough to save his crippled team that is terribly injured. He had no Swift, obviously no Derrick Henry, no Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley. He didn't have him. So Connor's team just fell apart when it really mattered. And that's fantasy, folks. That's just the way it goes. It doesn't matter how well you played all year long. You can get fucked over as bad as anyone else. Then for the final match, the one we all really care about, championships, whatever. This is our championship. You don't care. But this is the matchup you guys are all looking at. Even Connor and Cam, they don't really care. They care more about this matchup. Andrew and Jacob. First of all, it's impossible that Andrew could possibly lose 4 times in a row. There's just no way. It's not going to happen. This guy is not going to lose 4 times in a row. I believe in him. We all do. We're all cheering for him. So I'm going to start off with his team. He had Tannehill with 12.5 points. Stafford with 14.2. Just, it's all about quarterbacks, baby. All about quarterbacks. If you don't got the quarterbacks, you ain't gonna get the wins. You gotta have the quarterbacks. Stafford has been great, so I'm not saying like Stafford sucks, but Tannehill, oh God, I know. I talked to Cam, my good friend Cam. We've spoken about Tannehill, and I could hear the pain in his voice when he talks about Ryan Tannehill, how much he sucks in fantasy, and he is Yeah, that's what he's doing for Andrew's team. Of course, he's not going to be any better for Andrew. He 12.5 points, even though they scored 34 points against Miami. He was responsible for 2 passing touchdowns, which is so. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong fucking game. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, I'm not editing this out. I don't got any fucking time. I was on week 17. Whoops. All right. So now we're on week 16 with Andrew's team. He has got Jimmy Garoppolo with 14.1 points. Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford. What happened here? You can. What do they say? You can take the Stafford out of Detroit, but you cannot take the Detroit out of Stafford. I don't know who said that in our league, but that's funny because no shit. This is quintessential Detroit Matt Stafford here, folks. 2.6 points. They scored 30 points. I mean, he had a passing touchdown. He had 197 yards, but 3 interceptions and a fumble. Just terrible. Just ruined Andrew's team. If he had 20 points here, I mean, Andrew he could almost put it away, but he just couldn't do it. It's so sad. And you had Garoppolo with 14.18. You know, he was solid. He threw some terrible picks. Just the QB play. It's all about the fucking selfie sticks. All about the quarterbacks, folks. All about them. You don't got the quarterbacks, you're never gonna win. Now Stafford has been good, but man, that just God. To only get 16 points from your quarterbacks, it's like you gotta get at least 30 from them, at least 35, 40 from them if you want a chance. Because then it just doesn't matter what the rest of your team does. I mean, it still kind of does, but like the rest of your team just has to pop the fuck off to make up for what your shitty quarterbacks make. So just really unfortunate for Andrew. I'm not blaming him. I mean, what are you going to do? No one's guessing Stafford's going to get 2.5 points, so you just hate to see it. No one likes seeing Stafford be that shitty, especially on Andrew's team. So going on to his running backs, you had Javonte Williams against the Raiders. He had 9 points. I mean, his 1 touchdown saved him. Otherwise, he had 20 yards from scrimmage. Damian Harris popped the fuck off against Buffalo. We're all watching that, just like Harris. We were cheering. Everyone loves seeing Harris get those touchdowns for Andrew. So he had 31.3 for Andrew. Huge. Adrian Brown came back off the IR and popped the fuck off for 11 catches, 145 yards, and 1 touchdown. God damn. Maury Cooper had 18 points. Very solid game. Kyle Pitts, big pickup for Andrew. That was 16 points I really needed from Pitts. And then Antonio Brown with 18.1. So solid performance. And then his kicker for 12 and Green Bay's defense for 10. So honestly, a great performance from the rest of Andrew's team. Just, man, 16 points from the quarterbacks. It's just like you're going to be behind after that. It's brutal. So on to Jacob's team. Kirk Cousins had a pretty Kirk kind of game, 15.3 from him. Mahomes with 21.3. Rashad Penny just we're fresh off the waiver wire. He's getting 22.5 points for Jacob. Sony Michel with 23. Justin Jefferson with 18.6. Pittman with 12.5. Dalton Schultz with 18.2. DK with 11. And his defense and kicker combining for 6 points. So just everyone on Jacob's team popped off. You know, it was close. Andrew had a 12-point lead after this week, so he's got a chance. Things are looking good. He's going to need better play from his QBs. It's just, you got to have the big QB games. It's not going to happen without that. So here's to hoping Andrew's team can wake the fuck up and get him a win, for crying out loud. This guy cannot lose 5 times in a row. There's just no way. I mean, there's just no way. How? So yeah, let's take a look at the Week 17 picture. What are we looking at here? I mean, for mine and Finley's game, I'm just hoping he beats me. I'm not gonna like throw throws against the rules. I'm just gonna set whatever lineup I fucking feel like it, and I'm sure I'm still gonna be able to beat Finn somehow, unless Aaron Rodgers fucking does something wild. So that's that. I hope I lose to Finn. For Michael and Bobby, I mean, no one really cares, but I don't know. Dak's playing Arizona. Josh Allen, he should pop off against the Falcons. The Rex Burkhead, Josh Jacobs, his whole team is just bleh. Yeah. DJ Moore playing New Orleans, probably not going to do anything. Kill against Houston, that could be good. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown against the Rams with the backup throwing to him. I don't see him getting much, so... Yeah, it's not looking great for Bobby's team, but I can't say much more about Michael's team. He's starting to Saquon still. If his quarterbacks pop off... I mean, that's basically what this comes down to. Whose quarterbacks pop off harder for Michael and Bobby? So that's pretty much that. The rest of Michael's team is also pretty... Tyreek should have a really good game against Cincinnati. T. Higgins will... If that's a shootout, it should be. They should really pop off, but... Let's go to the championship. So, honestly, everyone knows Cam's going to win this. Connor should win, but this is fantasy. What should happen does not happen. And that's just the way she goes. So, Connor's going to be set for next year. He's going to have 18 first-round picks or whatever the fuck going into this draft, and probably another 20 going into next year's draft, too, after this year. So, he's always going to be there, but you got to get lucky to win in fantasy. That's all that it comes down to. I don't give a shit. You can fucking read 18 books on how to win in fantasy. It doesn't matter. It's all about luck and what happens when. And for Cam, what happened for Cam's team is they fucking heated up, and when it happened was right in the playoffs, right in the championship. So that just means he wins, and that's all there is to it. So I got Cam winning. He's got a huge lead going in this week. Yeah, it sucks for Connor. He was looking like the easy favorite all year, but when you lose probably would have been maybe MVP, at least fantasy MVP, Derrick Henry, you lose him, you lose your best quarterback, you lose, what the fuck else? Well, yeah, you lost like what Jalen Hurts used to be. He got injured. He's not half what he used to be. It's rough. He was just rolling everyone all year, even with the huge pickup. Getting Gronk, it didn't pan out, so you hate to see it, but Connor's going to be back. There's always next year. We're all going to be like, oh shit, remember how good Connor's team was? Like week 6, that's going to be his team next year. So he's the guy to beat again, and finally, the overachiever is Cam. You'll love this. Cam is always just insane in the playoffs, and finally, right place, right time, so I got Cam winning. I think that's the way she goes. And honestly, Cam's earned it. He's got quite the team lined up here. But yeah, so Cam for the championship 2021. Champions Club is growing one person larger. And now, moving on to the Toilet Bowl. So, Toilet Bowl matchup. Man. Andrew's got a 12-point lead going into this thing. How could this guy lose? There's just no way. There's no way. Like, he's got Tannehill. I mean, his matchups aren't terrible. I don't like Eckler playing Denver. Damian Harris playing Jacksonville should be huge. But A.J. Brown playing Miami, I mean, I don't know. Miami's defense is pretty solid. Antonio Brown playing the Jets, that should be huge. Or not huge, but solid. Hoping Amari Cooper does pretty good against Arizona. He should be you cannot trust Dak Prescott, though. You don't know what Dak Prescott you're going to get. The perfect Dak Prescott looking like Tom Brady, or the one where just like the less he does, the better the rest of the team is. Like, he could make or break your team, and everyone that he's connected to. Zeke, Gallup, fucking CD, and Cooper, they all are just like hoping Dak is worth a shit. And hopefully that works for Andrew. But looking at Jacob's team, Kirk Cousins got the COVID, so that's good. He's got 2 Seahawks players playing the Lions, so they might be pretty solid. But, Justin Jefferson, without Kirk, he should be not as good than he is with Kirk. Obviously, Dalvin Cook, without Kirk, they might just feed him a fuck ton. So, yeah, I think I see Andrew winning this one. And hopefully that's what happens. I just want to take this time to think back of all the good times we've had We hang out, and fantasy is just, there's no replacing it. We don't want Andrew to leave. You can't leave, Andrew. I don't know what I'm going to do if you leave. We need you. We need you. You cannot leave. If you leave, then I have nothing. This is my life. I bought a jersey. If you leave, you're taking this away from me, from all of us. So even if you lose 4 times in a row, how could you? What are the odds you lose 5 times in a row? Even if you lose 5 times in a row, what are the odds you lose 6 times in a row, dude? Come on, it's not that. You're gonna get it. You got McCaffrey next year, man. You cannot leave. Please, dude. So anyways, here's the next week. Here's the Andrews team breaking the curse. He's fucking got it, man. Peace. Best night ever. Week 16. See you next time.